What's going on, MSFers? Duelim here, and today we're going to be doing week, I think 5, maybe 6, I don't know. I think it's the last week, though, for Cosmic Crucible defense. And I have changed up every single room. Yes, even the Retaliate room. That's right. So we have everything all new on defense except for one room. So we're going to start off with that room. So Mutant Immune System, we have Annihilators with Phoenix Force, and this defense has been surprising. I've had Starjammers fail into it. I've had Immortal fail into it. I've had Immortal beat it with like a really bad efficiency, like an 83-48, because Gladiator just survives for like 97 years. So that's really funny. And we'll talk about why this could potentially go into room 3, and 3 could potentially go into 5. But hold that thought. Okay, we'll talk about that at the end. And before we go any further, I wanted to make sure you guys knew about my second channel making Raid Shadow Legends content. I'm also putting a decent amount of Raid Shadow Legends content on the main channel. So if you've been liking that, make sure you head on over to my second channel here. The link will be in the description, so you guys can subscribe there. There's even more raid content. Make sure you click the link down in the description, download the game. You're gonna get Eleanor day 1 for free. It was a legendary nuker with poisons, burns, all the good stuff. Then you're gonna get Tagore at level 15, Ugo at level 30, and then you want to type in promo code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong day 1. And he is absolutely amazing. All right, let's get back to it. So we have, again, room 5 staying just like that. Room 6, a little bit of a modification here. So room number 6, we're going to be doing Dormammu with Night Stalkers. And the reason why I took Nightcrawler out of here is because they actually fixed the bug that was going on with Nightcrawler in here. So what was happening was the Man-Thing speed was not getting stopped by something like Emma from the Astral team when Nightcrawler was in here. And now that is fixed. They put that in the patch notes. It's actually there. If you look at the bug fixes, it's actually in there. So they did fix that. So I wanted to make 6 a little bit more annoying, and Night Stalkers are already pretty annoying in here. But if they have a revive, it could potentially get even worse. So this forces you to bring like a Black Cat in here, which takes one of your 5 spots. So I'm really hoping that this does pretty well. I think this is still going to annoy some people no matter what. So I'm going to use this here. And Night Stalkers, I haven't really wanted them on offense. I mean, same thing with Dormammu. I've just been kind of leaving Dormammu by the wayside, or he's just been on defense to annoy somebody. So we're going to leave that in room 6. Where do we want to go next? Let's go to 2 next. So Turtle Shell. We're going to be doing Black Knight Kahori, Old Emma, Omega Sentinel, and a Ms. Marvel Classic. Now, for this room here, Kahori is bugged. And they actually added it to the room rules because they couldn't figure out how to fix the bug. So they just said, hey, let's just add it to the room rules. That'll fix the problem. So on spawn, Kahori's on spawn speed bar fill will trigger an additional time. Yes, it will. So technically, she's going to take like 5 turns in a row here. And you're looking at this and you're going, well, I probably want to immortal it. That doesn't work because Emma makes it so that Omega Sentinel is faster than Immortal, and Omega Sentinel will stun 2 of mutants with her ult. Turn 1. We also get the taunts from Ms. Marvel Classic, and then if they try to bring their own Kahori in here, it ain't gonna work because Black Knight's just gonna stop that. Another option in here over Ms. Marvel Classic is actually Loki to make your Kahori even faster, which is absolutely an option because Ms. Marvel Classic is just going to be kind of tanky here, but I don't know if you really need that. Another option, if your Thanos is overpowered, you can put Thanos in here as well. My opponent the other week, Ciro, had like Thanos and Iron Patriot in here because Iron Patriot obviously gives 50% damage to villains, and then, you know, overpowered, and then also with the room rules giving an extra 100% damage, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, another 100% damage as well. So I might end up putting Loki here to make my Kahori even faster, but I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. I really do like Ms. Marvel Classic because she is just a big fat tank, and she's going to be getting those taunts from Kahori's basics and that kind of stuff. So I do like this room. This room is really nice, and people are having a hard time figuring it out, which is really, really interesting. Now, let's go into room number... Let's go to 1. Let's go to 1. All right, we've got... let me move my head out of the way. We've got... Sus and Liberty. So this is going to essentially force Immortal into here or force Cabal into here, which is a-okay with me. I'm fine with either because then they won't have Cabal for my room 5, which would be a good choice in room 5. They also won't be able to use Cabal in 6 either because they can use like APOC or Nightcrawler to get the speed boost, to get the speed up actually working on them. So they won't be able to use it there. So forcing them to use either Immortal or Cabal here is perfectly fine with me. Obviously, Liberty is a pretty sturdy team, and this means so Superior 6 cannot take it out, so they do have to use something a little bit better here. So Superior 6 can't take this out because Super Scroll just goes zoom when Superior 6 is on the field, so that's really nice. So I know this is going to bait some things in here. Now, let's go to room number 3. And yeah, we got Starjammers on the defense. So the reason why I have Starjammers on defense is because I don't want my opponent doing Starjammers anywhere else. So Starjammers make room 2 very, very easy, and you could absolutely use Starjammers there. The Havoc ult takes all the charges and the taunt and the defense up and everything off of Black Knight, and then the team just falls apart. It's like a 4-turn kill. But there's really no great way to take out Starjammers without Starjammers. So the mirror matchup in 3 does work very well, right? It does work very well. But if they use Starjammers here, that means they're going to be put in a bind to take out room 2 and take out room 4 and take out room 5, because if they don't have Starjammers for 5, they don't have Immortal for 5 because they're probably going to use it on 1, then they're left with like trying to Cabal 5, and that's not going to be very pretty, trust me. Because Cabal obviously doesn't do well into Annihilators because it stops the vulnerables that go out there. They don't have that extra damage, so they really don't have the oomph that they need to take out new stat characters. So very interesting there. And then also, Starjammers is just really tough on defense, especially because I have Overpowered on my Havoc and my Lilandra as well. So if they end up bringing their own Starjammers in there and my Havoc wins the coin flip, there is a potential that my Havoc could just flat out one-shot somebody. There is that potential, especially if it's a smaller Starjammers, maybe like Howard the Duck's only 4 stars, whatever it might be. You never know. But this is pretty much forcing Starjammers in here. And now we could talk about 3 and 5 potentially switching. So the thing about room 5 is room 5 does benefit from the room rules, right? So mutant immune system on defense and offense, mutant characters on turn clear all negative effects from self, heal self 10% of the max health for each negative effect. Now, obviously, trauma affects this, but trauma doesn't exist when Phoenix Force is on the board. So even if they get a stun on Omega Red or on Phoenix, because I don't have the Awaken ability, they're just going to shake off the stun. So that's why I really, really like Phoenix Force in room 5. Now, if you do have the Awaken passive on Phoenix, which means they can't be stunned, you can absolutely put Phoenix Force and Annihilators in room 3 because it does become an efficiency sink. And what ends up happening is in the Toxic room, the room rules will end up making Immortal kill themselves because they can't kill the Gladiator fast enough. So that is absolutely an option that you could do here to be able to make it just that much better. So that is 1000% an option that you can do. I do not have that luxury because I don't have that Phoenix passive. So I have to keep them in 5. If not, Immortal just stuns my Phoenix Force, and then it's kind of over from there. So I have to keep them in 5, but food for thought for you if you do have the Awaken ability. Now, room number 4, the last room. This is why I have Starjammers on defense in 3, because Starjammers can one-shot this. But if you don't have Starjammers, this room is gonna suck. So what's gonna happen here is I have a massive, massive team in here. So I've got Shadow King, Nightcrawler, we've got Mephisto, Moon Knight, and or not Moon Knight, Moon Dragon. There's too many moons in this game, and Sasquatch. So my goal here is to make sure Kahori does not kill my entire team with just running a Kahori cheese in here. And what I can do to stop that is put an extra pre-taunt in here, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, actually, is put a second pre-taunt in here like Zombie Juggernaut. Because if not, Kahori's going to end up rolling over this team very, very quickly, and I don't want that. I want them to have to use Starjammers in here, and if they use Starjammers in here, I want them to struggle. And they're most likely going to struggle if they don't use Starjammers in here. And that's going to cause some problems for them. So I'm very curious to see what somebody brings in here if it's not Starjammers, because they're most likely going to have to mirror Starjammers. And Room 4 is going to become a problem. They're probably going to have to double sack it, then potentially immortal it. Also in Room 4, the issue is even if they double sack it, they could be walking into a Mephisto ult, walking into a Nightcrawler ult, walking into a Shadow King ult. So it's still not like a pushover immediately, even if they do double sack Room 4, unless they use Immortal. But again, they're probably going to use Immortal on 1. They might use Immortal on 5 and then use Cabal on 1. You never know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. And then they still haven't even looked at Room 6 yet. So I'm very curious to see what my opponents are going to do here and see what they're able to pull off. So we are going full turtle because I'm a bad person, and I'm pretty sure this is the last season. So we're going full turtle, and we are just going to cause pain and suffering on defense. Now, if you guys would like an offense video, I can absolutely do that. Just let me know down in the comment section below, and I can for sure do that for you guys. But please just let me know. If not, I'll make a different video tomorrow. Fine by me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my defense. If you find it, if you run into it, don't blame me. It's not my problem, not my fault. If you're using it and you're going 3-0 or 2-1, or even if you're going 0-3, let me know. I always love seeing those comments telling me how you're doing with my defense. I enjoy it. It's fun for me. And then the best news is we've got one more week of this, and then we've got new rules, new season, new fun. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, this has been Duelim. Later, MSFers.